So I'm not quite done with drinking, though what I'm going to choose to do is to keep my left hand dry while I take another submission, you could say. Submersion. Perhaps that was the more correct linguistic. Okay, I could have stayed under longer, let's be honest. Though my pressing thoughts keep pressing me to rise up and to communicate information with you while it's still there. No, I'm not on marijuana or any drugs, or am I necessarily truly endorsing any type of hallucinogens or anything, and frankly, my mind has not necessarily been exposed to those kinds of things. So, on this level of my life, where I am 26 years old, born February 26, 1992, in this life experience. Now, the Akashic Records is something that everyone has access to. It's kind of like your own clear knowing about things that you just kind of know. And we are trained in this society to not listen to our intuition and our ego. I almost feel like our ego is, I want to say it's placed here. It's not for us. It's complicated. It's almost like, I almost want to say almost like an implant of a sort. Okay, and it is to help us survive, or just at one point we really needed it, and now it is being programmed or conditioned into having us revolt and fight against ourselves. I feel guilty because I feel like I slightly lied because I allowed my hand to go into the water when really I need to grab my book here. Okay. I have a lot of different things going on. I've had 2 different Akashic record readings, and one person told me one thing and the other person told me another thing. And I'm not necessarily saying that the first one was wrong. As a matter of fact, the information does line up, and they just both are accessing different parts of my Akashic record, since my Akashic record goes so far back. And each soul has a different age, you could say, okay? And like some of you already know that you've been an old soul, you know that you've been here thousands of times. And the way that I used to express it all the time was actually about how I would tell people to imagine how many people in your family had to make love in order for you to get here. Like, how far back does your lineage go? It's kind of like that. However, you know, we choose our parents, okay? It's complicated to explain, and it's very complicated. And I would like to pursue my knowledge on the Akashic Records. As a matter of fact, I would love to pay for my parents to have an Akashic Record reading from Chantel, the new individual that I came into contact with today, just out of curiosity of what lines up and seeing what kind of stories we would be told from our stories, our his story. I mean, you know, I'm playing jokes in some aspect, okay? So right now this is a new beginning for me, in a sense of innocence, a birthing, a rebirth, and I have a facade going on, okay? I'm sure many of you have known this for a long time, and it's to block my truth so nobody can come in. It's a type of projection and protection for myself, okay? And this is used to blend in because it's just so much easier to blend in. I have spent so many years of my life just trying to fit in and trying to fit the mold of other things that have been created, when I have known all my life that I'm very different. In fact, I was voted most unique in high school. I vision this on some type of intergalactic level, like the astral realm attempting to tell me something more about myself. And since I was a child, I have always known things about myself that I just could not explain, some things that almost sound somewhat schizophrenic, and I'm sure that other schizophrenics have the same exact abilities, and just they want to lock us up, and they don't want us to share our truth and to share the information that goes on, because it makes people think and break out of the matrix type system that has been built for us. Now, my facade was once necessary, and I have to drop what blocks us from who we truly are. which is why it's important for me to get you to who you really are, to see who you really are and what you really are, if you want to go that deep. And interestingly enough, to find out that some of you are not fully human. As a matter of fact, a lot of people have 22 strains of extraterrestrial DNA, and this is explained even further in this Alex Collier video that I keep trying to share with you. And there's a lot of other things that are very well known and very studied thing, like Aleister Crowley, okay, I believe that's his name. I haven't studied that super deep, though many of you do show power and have interest in that. And actually there is a truth to witches and fairies. There's actually a realm, I have notes written down here, what that's called. I don't know if I could get to that as fast. It's called the elemental realm, and there's a veil between us right now because us as humans have ruined the connection, okay? All we try to do was steal their power and to destroy. Okay, it's what we do best, right? Okay, so enough of me sharing my shadow with you, which I encourage all of you to do shadow work. Okay, there's tons of healers, Reiki masters, and people that you can connect with on this earthly realm to seek your own healing should you choose to do that, because you have the power of free will. No matter what the Akashic Records have in store for you, this possibility has already been made. It's kind of like the Matrix and all those multiple numbers falling down. It's all the different possibilities that things can go. Now, my soul gift and energy brings purpose, and how to use them together and aligning the gifts, and basically associated with is chakra energy attachment of an archangel as well. And my first one is my throat chakra, which comes from and is guarded by Gabriel. And when we want to expand and use service, we can call upon our archangels, and some of you have already known the archangels you've been working with. The way that I heal and help with one of my gifts is through sound and vibrations. Many of you are actually here because of my ASMR videos, because you know that there's something powerful coming through. It's my truth. It speaks on high volumes, and you just recognize this gift inside me. And some of you don't necessarily give it awareness, though that is your personal choice, or you have been programmed to ignore those kinds of things. Okay, and just pay attention to the type of software programming that has been programmed upon the whole global alliance. Now, I teach people about self-expression and learning and teaching, and I'm a natural communicator, as you can see, and it's key to communicate, to be understood and to understand. I'm honest and direct. Desire for self-authentic expression. I'm always constantly seeking down to myself to try to find my own personal words, which is excessively hard. However, I do have a serious implant, you could say. And yes, I mean, excuse me, I'm miseducated. I'm not sure if it's a star or a planet. I have to do more homework on the planets. Okay, if you'd like to, please send me a freaking book or help me learn about the planets, because that stuff's really needed to help other people that really have a understanding of the physical realm and a lot of other things that are going on. Many planets were destroyed. Procyon is one of them, and the other one where I come from, of course, it's going to be difficult to get to what I need to share with you, because it's my own personal truth, and some of this you're not really wanting to know, and I can go into that a little bit deeper as I keep going. I have to be true to who I really am, and that's when I'm most in alignment. And my gift makes me a lifetime student. I'm constantly questing for knowledge and wisdom and truth and going down the rabbit hole. When I absorb, I have to get out and teach. It's a never-ending cycle. It'll never end for me. So as long as you know me, you can expect these things of me. And if you do not like these things, then please find your way out that door of opportunity, which you had already walked through in the beginning. Now, not to be rude, I'm here to teach people how to be authentic by being my natural self. As I was trying to explain before, some of you have this ability, and all it is you just being your true self, so we can learn. It's up to me to kind of bring more focus and energy and be yourself so others can be themselves. Bring attention to this. I'm not the best employee. I need to be out on my own, have to be myself, or else I feel stifled and I cannot suppress myself. I'm meant to be my own boss, and that's the best fit for me, and I need to be the one who sets the tone. It creates a better environment in the forest for everyone, for the collective, for the whole. I only want what's best for everyone, so I mean no selfish rights here at all. I'm so honest. However, most of the things I say will fall on deaf ears. Pay attention to who my audience is. Pay attention to who your audience is. So make sure that you surround yourself with people who are on either the same vibrational level in the same place where you're from. However, at least set them on a higher ground where basically you choose that you would like to go, so you can recognize all those things that are occurring to you. And now, I also hold up a mirror to people so they can see themselves. And sometimes they're not always ready to face, and they shut down. And it's a challenge to work through, my audience that is, to find the right people that are here for the right reasons, you could say, and not just here for sexuality or whatever reason that brings you here to the bathtub that we're in right now. Okay, I think there's something much bigger going on, and for those that you have a phallus, I like to think that your phallus is kind of pointing you in the right direction. Whenever you have that blood flow go through there, it's attempting to point you in the right direction. Okay, and there's a lot of other things going on, and you can be primal, and you can mention all those different kinds of things, though there's just something definitely much bigger than us going on. At first I thought I picked up a word. The best word that I can use to explain me is I'm a conduit for you right now. Although that's not written here in my notes, so I'm trying to catch up. Bear with me. I must be honest and direct and feel the energy. Sometimes it's best to hold back. For me, it's best to hold space. It's more powerful, and it's underrated to just hold back. You know, when people are outlashing at you and you want it just so badly, your ego wants you to win, wants you to fight back. Sometimes it's better to just hold that space so grace may enter and authentic healing can truly begin for people, because they have to kind of recognize their own truth and recognize what's going on. Allow them to have space for them to be themselves and come to a right conclusion on themselves, okay? Deliver that message and learn how to teach. Third eye is my second gift, okay? Archangel Michael rules this gift for me. And it's the center of truth, intuition, clarity, protection. I am a spiritual warrior, and I have that mama bear energy. I'm here to protect and to love you, and willingly and lovingly and consciously a protector. I am always protected, even though many times I feel like I am drowning and I'm all alone in this freaking world that has just put so many different pressures upon me in my conscious realm of this existence that I've lived now, and also on the multitudes of levels where I have lived and traveled before. Now, I'm here to teach others to... Ooh, I ripped the page. To clarity, use intuition, find their truth, trust every single time, never doubt, always connected. I'm always connected. So are you. Make sure it's not your ego is the biggest thing though too, because many times that's something too. Teach others to look within themselves for their own answers. Intuition, connection to our clarity. Teach others to trust themselves, trust their power and their truth, and tap in. I have a strong ability to hold space and challenge to hold. So the strong ability to hold space is also like a simultaneous challenge for my powerful throat. Okay, since I have like so much power that can be said, my silence can be deadly, basically. Okay, so all about truth, truth warrior. Challenge is to know and hold strong in my truth. You too, especially you. Okay, so when everyone tried to tell you otherwise, don't let anyone take that away from you. There's just always things that you have just always known, and don't let anyone, not even your family, no one, try to take away that clear cognizance of things that you've just always known. For example, for my own personal truth, I've always known I'm here to do something huge. I've always known I have been like the lady in the water. I have something very magical, very huge blessing to share and give with you, and that's why I've been blessed with this life and been threatened with death so many different times, and I have more to share with you about death and about a lot of other things that you may not be really ready to hear. However, I'm here to love you, and when you're ready, you can dive into the rest of my videos. And I know you're disappointed because you came here for the bathtub, and I haven't really been underwater that much, though. I do encourage you to join my OnlyFans if that's all you really care about, because I have a much bigger and greater message to share than to have you explore your sexuality, which I'm also technically here to help you get more comfortable with, because you would not be here without that sacred sexuality, because that is how humans are procreated. Now that I'm on that level, I will dive in a little bit deeper about intergalactic species and other things that you are really meant to know, and I will go a little bit deeper as I start to learn more too, because I love you. Thank you.